think slavery still exists in the world today, and do you think it affects us here in the US?
I know that it does exist in the world today. I'm not quite sure it's a big issue here in the US.
I definitely believe slavery still exists in the world.
It's something that people know it's there, but no one does anything about it.
There are actually about 20 million modern day slaves today, and the United States is the second highest destination for women that are trafficked. Do you consider yourself to have a lot of knowledge on human trafficking?
I do not consider myself to have a lot of knowledge on human trafficking.
I don't think I have a lot of knowledge on human trafficking.
Evidently, no.
Pretty young, I guess, probably 8 to 14. I'm gonna say that, 8 to 14 years old.
16 years old.
I don't know, 5?
It's actually 12 to 14.
I don't know.
Many young adults say yes to some form of prostitution, which can lead to them being trafficked. Why do you think that is?
It's not something that they may want to do, but it's the only way they can get out of wherever it is that they're living or their family situation in which they may have started having that kind of life at a young age.
Mainly out of interest for the money.
%46% of recruiters are people that the victim already knew.
Wait, these are tough questions.
They're given gifts or given a sense of security when their human traffickers are in possession of them.
I think because they can't, or like maybe when they do, or if they get a chance to, they get punished afterwards.
Thinking that the other person cares about them or they have some type of value might make them want to stay in whatever it is that they're working on or people are using them to, just feeling like they actually matter maybe.
Their captivators send testers to pretend like they're getting rescued, so they get punished if they try to escape, and then they later reward them for staying if they do stay, so they don't try to escape in the future and they cooperate more.
Getting worse because people are like no longer worried about it like as much.
I would say it's getting worse in some areas and it's getting better in others.
I feel like it's a little bit of both.
Human trafficking rose by 35.7% in 1 year.
Drug dealing and human traffic.
It's pretty much even between drug trafficking and human trafficking.
Human trafficking is actually the third largest crime industry behind drugs and arms.
I guess it was a little upsetting not knowing any of the numbers and being actually surprised by how high they are, and I didn't know anything about how bad LA was and basically all of our big cities here in the US.
I didn't know that it was this big of an issue. I thought it was smaller than what it is.
I think people should be more educated on it and we should start worrying more about it.
It's pretty much alive and existing here in this country, which I thought would be free from something like that.
Just watch what you put out on the internet, because sometimes you put out a lot more than you think, and honestly anybody could get that information.
Talk to my children or my relatives, my young relatives about this topic.
Start educating younger people and start educating ourselves.
After all my interviews, I realized that awareness definitely needed to be raised, so I emailed some of the local junior highs to see how they could help me raise awareness.